This is recording now. Okay.
Okay.
So, introduction to 3D animation. Let me explain what are the major areas are there in this 3D animation. What are the things you are going to learn. Okay. So, normally when you refer to 3D animation, what is 3D animation? Okay. This is what you get. See, obviously in internet, it is like, you can have any sort of information. Okay. So, I'll have another version of explanation also along with this. So basically computer animation or CGI, computer generated, okay, integration, it is called as. Animation is a process used for generating animated images by using computer graphics. Okay. The more general term, computer generated imaginary, okay, CGI, computer generated imagery, encompass both static scenes and dynamic images, while computer animation only refers to moving image. Let me explain this. Okay, what is an animation? Okay, you guys have learned graphic designing, you have learned many other things. Okay, means in the class you are learning all this. Let me understand or let me know what is term animation from your end. Anyone? What is animation?
Yes, there is.
Yeah, go on.
So, Skinsego's Zoom crashed, so he's joining again.
No problem, Lamini. I'll be going bit slow only so that when he joined, he can catch up. We can explain. Okay. So, shall we wait or can I continue? I want your opinion in this. Meanwhile, we can have another question.
Continue, sir.
Okay. So, let me understand what is animation from your end so that I'll explain later. Uh, Lamini, can you answer?
It's animation. It's a series of still images played in a sequence that they give the illusion of motion. That's like
Okay. Okay.
the
Okay. You're close.
dictionary
Yeah.
definition.
Okay. Okay. So, your version, Vilele?
I think animation is a series of images that shows an illusion of movement,
Yeah. That's
which
right.
is shown in a sequence
Yes.
somehow.
Yeah. A series of images shows creates an illusion of a moment. Add on to that, giving life to an inanimate object. Okay. Giving life for an inanimate object. Okay. So that's how it is. See, for example, we create something, which it cannot move by itself. Okay. We add life for that character, so that whatever our thought process is there, okay, means whatever our imagination is there, we put all that into these characters or living or non-living object like that. Okay, we can create many things. We'll get into this detail. Okay, so Niseko, I have just covered only one particular slide wherein what is computer animation. Okay, so generally everybody knows what is computer animation. It's a series of images creates an illusion and adding life to an inanimate object. Okay, so now I'll move to what is 3D animation. Especially for 3D animation, objects which you consider models or characters are built in computer screen. Okay, and 3D figures are rigged with a virtual skeleton. See, there are a lot of technical terminologies are there in this. Okay, you will learn in detail. In the beginning, this might seems I haven't heard of this particular word or what is this. This kind of confusion might be there, but in detail you will be learning. Okay, in future. In a simple way, I'll tell. Okay, we have to create a model. Okay, I have my additional slides for that for explaining. We need to create a model. After the model, there is a process. There is a lighting and shading process. In this, what it is, We have created a model, we have rigged the character. Rig is nothing but adding skeletons. You know, in our body, there are skeleton flow is there, right? Like this only we are going to add skeleton for the model. Okay. That's a
Yes.
skeleton process. Now animation. What is animation? So in technical, again, you know, there are many elements are there in, multiple parts are there in our body, wherein upper body, lower body, and you have, see, I can say you have a head, for example, head. The major thing is cog, center of gravity, which is in a, abdomen part, okay, where that is a cog, people call it a center of gravity, wherein you might have observed your center of gravity, the waist part which is there like this. When you stand on, when you lift your leg, one leg, your entire body moves to one particular portion where that looks like a straight line. Okay. When you lift the other leg, automatically the body moves to the other part where this look like a straight line. And while walking, the gestures are in such a way that human body is, it's so I can say purely scientific. We can learn a lot with human body. For example, a baby walk is different. Okay. A boy walk is different. A girl walk is different. An adult walk is different. And an old person, your grandfather, grandmother, their walk cycle is different. You know, that's how, when you're lifting the body weight, your body movements are different. That's how all these things you are going to learn. Okay. I'm just giving a key examples, what and all things you will be learning. So why I said all these things, see, you have to be a very good observer first. Now, so now normally when you walk, or when you're at in your home, when someone is walking, or in outside, if there is a kid or baby at your home, so how does it walk? Means you have to observe all that. There are a lot of things to learn, in our surrounding only. Those are the observation. When you have all this, when you have grasped this observation, you can integrate all these observations into a model, and you can replicate the same model. Okay. See, for example, in Terminator 3 movie, okay, the recent one or 4 which is coming, Arnold, you know the hero, right? Arnold, Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay. They have created him in a CG, which is almost look so realistic, right? So for that character, they'll do a lot of adventure. They'll do a lot of action. Actually, in real, the real Arnold has not done all that. Everything is computer generated model has done. So who has done? Someone like you guys, some artists have done that. Some animator has done that. Okay. Because we have observed the real references, real character so much in such a way that we can replicate him. Okay. In future, after learning 3D and all, you can replicate a 3D model which looks exactly like you, like that. I can definitely, create someone's model. I can take your picture, front view and side view. I will create the same model here in the class. I'll show you. Okay. So in future, while we are doing, okay, working on. Now, the animation is not restricted only for the character. Animation is restricted to, we can do on props also. Prop, P-R-O-P. There is a separate terminology called prop animation in industry. Apart from character, whoever does a prop, he is a prop animator or prop modeler. Like this also, there is a requirement. Okay. Now next, along with prop animation, you can call it as asset also. A-S-S-E-T, asset. Asset animator or asset modeler, we can call. See, now we have an automobile engine here, means model here. This particular piston will do animation like this. Okay, you can do an animation like this. So I'll just move to the, it's all, how do you do animation? Entire animation you can do just by animating the keyframes. What is a keyframe? Do you know what is a keyframe?
I remember what a keyframe is.
Okay. See, when you are working on video editing, you might have heard a keyframe. Okay. Frames. How many frames are there for 1 second?
25.
It's 24 frames is there.
Oh,
That is
24 frames.
24 frames is PAL. Okay, PAL frames. For PAL, it comes 24 frames. For NTSC, it is 30 frames. Getting?
Yes.
For NTSC, it is 30 frame, and that is a US standard. Okay. And European standard is PAL. PAL is 24 frames. Okay. So we
Yeah.
can
Yes.
create 24 frame animation or 30 frame animation also. We will see that. Okay. So the difference in appears between keyframe are automatically calculated by the computer in a process known as tweening or morphing. Okay, the differences in appearance between keyframes are automatically calculated by the computer in a process known as tweening and morphing. Finally, the animation is rendered. Once we do tweening or morphing, then the animation we can render. Got it?
Yes.
Okay, Niseko, I saw your call drop. This is the next slide. Just go through this. Okay, the differences in appearance between keyframes are automatically calculated by the computer in a process known as tweening or morphing. Finally, the animation is rendered once the tweening or morphing is done. Okay. See, for example, rain falling means, for example, water falling or droplets or raining. Okay, all these things we can create in 3D. These are simulations. Okay, we can create. So now let's move to the workspace. What is a workspace? Okay. All 3D animation software programs have a similar workspace layout. It is based on 3D Cartesian or coordinate space. I'd like to inform what is a Cartesian or 3D coordinate space. Okay. Let us assume our world where we are living, okay, is very similar to the 3D space. So are you getting? The world where we are living is just like a 3D space. It's like a 3D canvas. Now, okay, you place your hand like this. Okay, you place your hand like this. This is x-axis. The 3D space, 3D world and real world is almost similar. This one, you can just hold your hand like this. This is x-axis. Okay, x-axis. Now what is this?
Why?
Good. What is this? Let's say, what is this? Take your hand like this. Okay. What is this axis? Backside, backside. Take your hand completely backside. What is this axis?
Yes.
Z axis.
X-axis.
This is
Oh.
Z axis. Z. It is exactly the same. Yeah. This is exactly the same in 3D world. Okay. In 3D canvas. X axis is this one. Y axis is vertical one. Z axis is the one which gives you depth for the model. Okay.
Yes.
So whereas in Photoshop, simple difference. Let us have a differentiation between 3D, real 3D axis and a 2D axis. The main in 2D axis, you don't have Z axis, right? Where in Photoshop, you have only X axis and Y axis. You cannot see the depth. You cannot see depth for the
That's
character.
it.
Or if you're creating a box also, there is no depth. To create or to achieve depth in Photoshop and all, what we have to do in Photoshop or Illustrator, we have to create an additional graphic element just behind the x-axis with some other color. The color differentiation we have to give, then only you feel, okay, some depth is there. Like that you can analyze. Okay, now again, so the 3DX workspace, as I already explained, that is over here. You have x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. Okay. Center origin. This is very, very important. Can you see this area? Can you see my cursor moving?
Yes.
Okay, this particular point is there, no, where the starting point of x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, that is the center origin. Okay, this is the center origin, and this point, this particular point, the center point is, you know, that is called pivot point. P-I-V-O-T. P-I-V-O-T. This point is called pivot point also in 3D. P-I-V-O-T. You can call pivot point or pivot point, whatever. Okay. So the axis
Yes.
runs through the point perpendicular to each other. You can see the any line here. It is perpendicular to each other. Either you take the right side line or the left side line or the straight line. Everything is perpendicular to each other. Okay. So where we designate the exact location of any point in the space relative to the origin. Okay. So this is pivot point in a very simple way, which I explained. Pivot point. Okay. Or you can call this as center origin. Okay.
Yes.
So now 3D workspace again. All 3D animation program functions this way. It does not matter which one. The layout might differ, but all work the same. Getting? There are many 3D applications. Autodesk Maya, Autodesk Max, Blender, Lightwave, Houdini. There are many. There are many 3D applications are there. But industry has recognized some of the tools as very effective tools. Among that, first tool comes is Autodesk Maya. Whatever architecture visualization, whatever 3D games, high-end 3D games, either it is NFS Most Wanted or PUBG, whatever you see, high-end 3D games, okay, or you know, Mortal Kombat, like many, you name any 3D games, or you name any 3D realistic movies, high-end 3D movies, most of the things done in Autodesk Maya only. All the 3D elements are done in Autodesk Maya. Few of the game elements in European countries, in US countries and all, they prefer Maya. In European countries, few of the countries, they go with Max, 3D Studio Max. Where 3D Studio Max is also good, there are certain drawbacks, but Maya is like a complete package. Okay, and all these are paid version. Okay, in company they have to purchase these things. Okay, whereas Blender, there is a 3D tool called Blender. Blender is an open source software. It is available for free, but lot of limitations are there in Blender. Okay. So Lamini, I was just explaining about 3D workspace. So I saw your call dropped. So it's very simple. I have explained in 3D workspace what and all elements will be there. So there is a pivot point or origin. Anyhow, this call is recording, and later I'll be sharing this uh, this presentation also with you all, so that you can refer in future. Okay, this will help you.
Okay, thanks, sir.
Okay, so now this is all about workspace. So for me personally, you know, I feel Maya is one of the very strongest tool. Okay, and you know, I definitely can say one life is not enough to learn and complete Maya. It is so big in such a way that if by default there are more than 40,000 tools are there. 40,000 tools are there. Okay, and but in default only you can achieve nearly more than 400,000 output. Okay, like that. Now it is too huge. Okay, that is the reason I'm saying, whenever you learn something, if you feel something is really interested, guys, pick that as a specialization, so that you know we can create beautiful artworks. So now let's move to the next part. Okay, this is the main major workflow, so you can make a note of it. The animation workflow typically follow below steps. The first step is modeling. Okay, the first step is modeling, which we will be starting with modeling. The second step is materials or texturing, means it is shading. You can consider as materials. You will work on material, what material to be applied for which model. Then texture. You know, our textures are different. You know, the skin texture is different. If you look at your hand this way, okay, means this way, the texture here it is different. You look at this way, the texture here it is different, right? You can see a lot of pores will be there, a lot of detailing is there. Okay, now material, I'll give a simple example between material and texture. Okay, for example, the desk or the wall or the cloth which you are wearing, guys, the texture is different, the material is different. Okay, how do you define how this material is different, how my skin material is different, how my cloth material is different, or how my phone material is different? How it is different? Because when the light hits a surface, when the light, obviously you guys can see everything because there is a light. If there is a light, then only you are able to see. If light is not there, you see dark. Okay, actually we will tell, like everyone will say, when you switch off light, I don't see anything, it is dark. Actually you are seeing dark, you are the one who is seeing dark. It's not like I'm not able to see anything. At least you are able to see dark, right? That is what you are seeing, dark. Okay, for this second line item, I would like to explain one more thing. Light is a it is a major element for everything. Can any one of you tell me what is light? See, I'll not take much time for this particular. Let's make it quick. Okay, so if you know something about light, you tell, otherwise just tell pass. Okay, let me explain. So what is light? Any idea? We know light, everybody knows light, but any definition for light? Okay, let me explain. Light is a source of energy. Light is a source of energy. The energy consists of huge amount of photons. Energy consists of huge amount of photons. Photons, photons. Okay, what are these photons? Let me explain all this. Okay, in detail, when we are working on materials or shading, I'll give a detailed explanation of all these things. Let me explain. Okay, because of light, we see all the material. How do we see the material and all? There are some simple explanation is there. Okay, reflection, refraction, transparency, translucent. These are the some of the major element. Okay, which is a part of this particular exercise. Okay, I'll give an example. Along with the example, I'll explain. Okay, now there is a surface. This is a surface. Light is traveling in this direction, in a vertical, in an inclined direction. It hits the surface and bounces back in another direction. That means if you open a window, okay, morning when the sunlight enters, the light hits your wall, okay, in this direction, and it bounces back in opposite direction, right? That's how the direct sunlight hits your wall, you are able to see everything. When the sunlight, after hitting the wall, when it bounces back, that is a secondary light which illuminates additional, which provides additional brightness. This is a secondary illumination, and this direct illumination and the secondary illumination, this entire process is called global illumination. Okay, this might confuse you, or this seems something different for you guys, but no worries, you'll learn in detail everything. But you can have a point: direct illumination, indirect illumination, and global illumination. Okay, later after the class, when you are free, you can refer this, you can learn more about this. Okay, now because of this, you are able to see the material. Okay, I was explaining our skin material is different, the phone glass material is different, wall material is different, because the material property is like this, in such a way that certain properties reacts for light, certain property doesn't react for light. Where, for example, our skin. Okay, so light hits this object and bounces back. I'm able to see the material, my hand, what is there in this, what is the detail I can see. Whereas I'll take this phone. Okay, so when light hits the object, okay, it bounces back. Along with this material property will come outside, wherein reflection or refraction. Okay, reflection, as I told you, light hits the object and bounces back by taking its property outside. Whereas refraction, can you give me some good example for refraction? Any example for refraction?
Refraction, when you take say you straw on it and you look at it from the side, when the straw appears, when it looks broken.
Okay. Okay, yeah, you are too close. So simple example, refraction, light hits the surface and passes through it. Okay, passes through heat by changing the direction. Simple example, glass. Okay, or else a glass of water, transparent glass of water. Okay, so light hits the object and changes its direction. Okay, refraction is the light passes through the object. That's quite simple. Even water surface. Okay, all those things we will create. We can create a realistic glass. We can create a realistic glass of wine, or with ice cubes, or a lot of things we can create. Okay, so we'll do that. So that's with lighting and shading. Next is keyframing, animating. Simple keyframe. Key is nothing but what you have a key, normal key. On particular frame you are keying, that's it. So for example, I'll assume this is a model. Okay, this model is here in frame number 1. Frame number 1, my model is here. Frame number 10, my model is here. Frame number 20, my model is here. Getting? So I'm keying this. Frame number 1, I keyed my model in here, at 10 here, 20 here. So when I play 1 to 20, my model goes like this. You don't have to animate all the frame. You just have to animate in keyframes. Okay. So that's keyframe. Next is rendering. Rendering. All these actions we are performing in a software. Okay. For a layman or for an audience, he doesn't have access to this software. Okay. We have to extract the output in such a way that it is reachable for entire audience. Okay. So while exporting, that is the process rendering comes. Okay. Rendering is nothing but exporting this, whatever we have created, exporting the animation or entire sequence into one. Okay. We can convert entire thing into a film and we can export it. Getting? There are certain settings are there which we have to go through that we will see rendering. So whatever I have explained, the same thing is there here also. In few cases, you can model, you can keyframe, you can animate and add material, texture, light and render it. It depends on your project and what you feel work best for you. Okay, so whatever we have explained, it's the same. Now, what is the workflow in big companies? Let's say there are many companies where 100 employees will be there, or this Disney, Pixar. Okay, these kind of companies, 1,000+ employees will be there. Big animation studios have hundreds or thousands of people around the world working on one project. You should understand one project. For example, Kung Fu Panda or Avatar. You guys have heard of a movie called Avatar, right? James Cameron Avatar. Yeah, there are a lot of entire movie is CG. In one country only, 1 or 2 companies, they cannot do that big project. That work has been distributed across globe. So scene wise breakdown they have done, and there were a lot of supervisors were there to supervise this content and delivery. Okay, across globe, multiple supervisors were there, multiple TD technical directors were there, and VFX supervisor were there. That's how they were able to achieve. All the animated movies, all the CG generated movies, for example, King Kong, The Kong, you take Jurassic Park, Jurassic World, Men in Black, or you take anything, for example, Black Panther, yeah, Marvels, Avenger movie, lot of CG will be there. Okay, we will be creating everything. Okay, and the best part is you guys are gonna learn very important thing, that is how to blend, how to superimpose CG with live action. I will teach you now. Let's say you are sitting at your home listening to the class. Just imagine right next to you, your friend, a buddy, okay, your friend, a puppy, or assume one superhero character is there right next to you. Okay, how do you create that? I'll teach you all that in the class. Okay, we can create. And another part is superimposing. Superimposing means, let's say you are sitting in this area, assume the frame is like this, you are sitting, okay, and right next to you another version of you is sitting, okay, assume two Velile in one screen, and both of them are friends. You are discussing with other Velile, Velile 1 and Velile 2 is also discussing with other Velile. You are doing a conversation. How to do that, right? So like this kind of superimposing also we can do. We will be doing in class. Okay, I'll show you that. So for that you should have a, in your mobile camera, whatever is there, okay, in that only we can record. So that we will add in After Effects, and we can do all that things we can do. Okay, big animation studios have 100 to thousands of people around the world working on one project. This requires a lot of planning at each stage and is known as the pipeline. Known as the pipeline. This particular term you should understand. This is the pipeline. Okay. So think of it like an assembly line. Pipeline is an assembly line. One after the other it will come. It's like a stages. Each stage has its own team with its own set of supervisors called technical directors. Okay, let's say for example, if you are working in a company, in a 3D studio company, after 4 to 5 years you can be a technical director, because you will be having that much of experience how to handle a team or situation. These technical directors oversee the project and ensure quality output and reports back to VFX supervisor, who reports to director, and so on. Okay, so I'll move to the next one. Okay, I'll zoom it a little bit. Okay, this is the other workflow. Hope you all can see, right?
Yes.
Okay, great. So first plan is product storyboard. Okay, let's say for example you have a main story reel here. See, storyboard is there.
Yeah.
Storyboard involves art direction, character, story. Normally one simple one-line story will be there. You have to finalize what character to come in story, what are the art direction needs to be done for the particular story. Then you create a storyboard. Once the storyboard is done, you go for planning. You guys have experience in do you have experience in this one? Any shooting? How does the video shooting will go? Any experience is there? Have you done any simple shooting? Simple, like short film shooting or music video shooting.
We didn't go much further, sir.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. See, when I was in Swaziland, I assisted one a music creator. Means he was a young entrepreneur. His name is Flameboy Sakile. His name is Sakile. He's
Yeah.
you know, his albums are in Amazon and Prime, or I think in iTunes also it is there. He's Flameboy. Flameboy, in the name of Flameboy, that is there. And I met the other artist, very famous artist from Eswatini, is Sands. There is an album called Sands. one famous song is there, you know, I forgot the song. uh, okay, let me just give an example or what is Sand's. Once I can check that. I'll let you know later. Okay. Okay, so production planning. After that, voiceovering we have to do. We have to record voice. So where this involves in production planning involves sound effects, marketing, distribution, all these things is there. Our major task comes over here. So once the story is done, we received from the production planning 3D animatics we will do. Before going directly into 3D work, we will plan 3D animatics. Okay, where how does the first scene will come, then the second scene how does it will come, like that we are gonna plan. Next we will do layouting. Okay, um, what is a layout? First of all, let's say for example in Jungle Book movie you see a monkey which comes very closer to a, means which will be on a peak of a mountain, and it will hold a Simba character, Simba lion, like this. So you see that layout, how it has been done. Each and every frame we need to do layout. Okay, each and every frame. So you're getting what is layouting. So any movie you take Black Panther or any movie you see, you when you're playing a movie, just pause. When you pause, you whatever you see something in a scene, you just see there. You need to refer to background, mid-ground, and foreground. What is there in the background? Basically, in the background, you might have certain scenarios or mountains. Background, basically, any scene, the scene will be break down into background, mid-ground, foreground. The major element will be playing in foreground. The supporting elements will be playing in mid-ground. Background will be quite static. Okay, so that is a layout. Those kind of layout we have to create. Okay, in animation also we have to create. So then we have to do animation. Once animation is done, the next process is lighting and rendering. We have to light up the scene. Why lighting will come after animation? Because you don't know whether it is a day scene or night scene or evening scene or interior scene or exterior scene. Based on the scene, lighting will change. Okay. Okay. So I'm getting messages, you know, in the group. People are messaging individually also. Okay, no problem. So anyhow, I'll be sharing this slide to, with everyone once after the call, once after this class, so you can even refer. Okay, so after lighting, you know, once we render, so those footages will be moving to VFX, that is FX or compositing stage. Okay, so once compositing is done, final we can release. We have to just integrate the audio, whatever voiceovers audio, and we can do. So we have layout, modeling, texturing, rigging in the animation stage only. So next I'll move to the workflow wherein so modeling. So I'll explain what is modeling. This is like actually making a physical object but in a 3D virtual space. Have you done excuse me, sculpting? In your course you might have done sculpting, right? Clay modeling? No?
No.
In SEM 1, SEM 2?
We didn't do
SEM 1,
any.
SEM 2 you didn't do? Okay.
Nuh-uh.
No problem. So we will do here, not using clay, with virtual. We will create a solid characters, you know, so beautiful characters will create. So after this, you know, I'll show a few of the examples, and majorly, very, very important thing, I will inform you to install particular softwares. Make sure you have those software. Okay. If you don't have the software, you need to check with your IT team. I will also inform Ketiwe or Ambuso regarding this, so that let those softwares be there. So I just want one more information. What is your system configuration? because based on that, I will tell you what version of the software you have to use. Okay. Can someone help me out in this? Just right click on my computer. You have a my computer screen. Right click on my computer. Go to properties. Okay, you will get to know what gigahertz, which OS, what is the RAM, what is the ROM, everything you will get to know. I want that information. Based on that, I will suggest
Oh,
you which version
we
of
have
software.
4 gigs of RAM.
Okay, good. Next, motherboard.
We have 4 gigs of RAM. What else was there? I'm trying to remember what I saw. I can't find it anymore.
No problem. So what I can do, I can access your screen. I need when I am accessing the screen, I can access through AnyDesk. I'll ask you to just run one application called AnyDesk. Then I can access your screen. I'll get to know the information. Okay, so you don't have to worry regarding this. So I'll get to know. My
Wait,
question
I
is,
have it open here. Can I share my screen?
yeah, please, you share your screen. Let me just get to know. So this will really help me out so that I can suggest you which version of the software to install so that hassle-free work you can do. Otherwise, there is a lot of disturbance will be there. Or if the software, if high-end software, if you are using, latest version software, if you are using, it might crash, okay, while working. You please share your screen, Lamini.
Did you hear me?
I'm able to hear you. Can you share your screen? Okay, I'll do one thing. I'll stop sharing. Hello, I see one more person.
Yes.
Bingo.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
No other Lamini but me here.
Okay,
What's
let's.
going
I don't understand.
Okay, Lamini, can you share your screen? Just click on the center button, share screen.
It's still refusing. Yeah, I am. And then it says host disabled participant screen sharing.
Let me just a minute. Okay, I'm making you host. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, now you try. I made you as a host.
Where is it? There it is.
Just in the screen center, share screen is there. Click on that. Yeah, you are sharing your
Yeah,
screen.
here it is.
Yes. Okay, just a minute. It's Windows 10. i5. Okay, the gigahertz is less. Okay, I got it. Thank you. Just a minute, guys. Let me take a print screen of this. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm just taking a print screen of this. Awesome. Okay, I saved it. So now, okay. Now what you do? You have to stop share. Lamini, you stop sharing.
Okay.
Okay. You go to my picture where you are able to see me, right? Just right click there
Uh-huh.
and make host. You click on make host.
Okay.
Okay, thank you. Okay, thank you. So let me share my screen again.
It is,
Okay. So, okay, guys, make a note. Everyone, this is very important. Make sure you have a Autodesk Maya software 2013 version.
2013.
13 version. see, there is no much difference. Okay, I can ask you to install 17 version or 2020 version also. 2013 version, you can learn even easily. Your system will support, in a solid way. Okay, you have all the options. Or else, even what I can suggest, you can go with 17 version also. Do one thing.
Because right now I have 2018.
2018 Maya.
Yeah,
Autodesk
I have
Maya
Maya
2018.
2018.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
Okay. What about others? What about Velele, Niseko? Which version of Maya you have?
I don't have Maya. I don't have like anything that has to do with 3D.
Okay, you guys have to install Autodesk Maya 2017 version or 18 version. It will run. Okay, but what I'm thinking, with laptop, you should have a, see, for Maya 18 and all, you should have a solid kind of a, very high-end laptop. Okay. So that is what I'm suggesting. You can go with try at least 2017. Okay, have 2017
Okay.
version of Maya. Okay,
Okay.
this will fulfill the need. 2017. If you have 2013 version, it's even better, where you can learn in detail everything, and that too without any lag. 2013 version is one of the recommended version. Even in most of the production companies also 2013 they are using. Most of the companies, they have upgraded to 2017 or 18. Okay. The reason why I am saying this is 2000 after 2016 or 17 version, it is recommended to use in desktop, especially for the one who work. It is recommended to use in desktop, where desktop support is, it will be much better. It supports in a better way. Means you won't have system crash and all won't be there. Okay. So what we will do, at least you should have a 2017 version of Maya. Okay. You have to coordinate
Okay.
with your IT team, install 2017 version if possible today itself. Okay.
Today. That's
Or
not happening today.
or tomorrow. You let me know. You guys, you let me know when you are gonna install 2017 version of Maya and
Okay.
Adobe CC. Do you have Adobe CC?
Yeah, I have Adobe
Which
CC.
version? Which version?
Let me check.
It is okay. 2017 version, 18 version. It's okay. It is fine. It works really well.
I have 2018.
Okay, no problem. So make sure you guys have either 2017 or 2018 version of Adobe CC. Okay. So the reason why I'm saying this is I'll be sharing my work files also after the class with you guys, so that you can open the work files. You can look at those work files. Okay. Later you can work on your file. So you can keep my file as a reference. Okay. If I am using a higher version, if you are using a lower version, the file doesn't open. So that is the reason. Whatever you are using the version, I'll also use the same version. I'll install the same version, because if my version is higher, okay, you will not able to, means you are not able to open my version files. Okay, higher version files
Okay.
doesn't open in lower version file. That is the reason I'm saying. Fine, 2017 version of Maya you will install, and 2017 or 18 version of Adobe CC you will install. Okay, these are the two major things you have to get it installed. Okay, now we'll move to the next point.
Okay.
Just a minute, guys. Okay, when I have still time. Okay. Okay, so modeling is actually making a physical object, but in a virtual 3D space. So typically modeling will start with primitive mesh object such as spheres, cube, cone, cylinder. Normally, I'll take a sphere default. In 3D, I'll be having a default sphere, cone will be there, plane will be there. Within that only we will create. We will create a solid, beautiful artwork. Okay. trust me, you guys are gonna create one. You'll be creating wonders. In modeling, definitely you will create beautiful artwork so that you can take a print of that, or you can give it to ASIT school and ask them to take a print and you let them post on a wall. Okay, so that students gallery. So this I'll make sure this happens. Okay. So you can also draw line, make shapes, do tweak, sweeps, bend, twist, lot of things. Booleans you can do, many things we can do. Okay. So that's with modeling. So for example, this is simple example. So from now the slides will run a bit faster. You have only solid images and all. 3D workflow, it comes like this. Either you can create solid kind of a mythological characters or mystery characters like this car. So material texturing. So this is putting flesh or covering the object. This is done by using mapping, 3D mapping, basically UV mapping, spherical mapping. There are different type of mapping is there. After that, we will apply material and will do texture to have a realistic feel. Okay. So that's with 3D workflow. So this is how it looks. Now, for example, okay, see this one. So we have done a texturing. Okay. Are you able to see this clearly? Guys,
Yes.
with this kind of detailing you can do. Okay, we will do this in our class. Let's do something like this. So then comes to lighting. Okay, lighting is a part of creating the right atmosphere. As I told you earlier, it depends upon the scene. Either it is a day scene or night scene or evening scene. What kind of ambience is required? What is the environment? So based on that, we are gonna create using multiple lighting. So like, you know, you have an environment, default lighting, ambient light, spotlight, point light, sunlight, diffuse light. Many things are there, which leads to have reflection, refraction, all other things. So example, specular light and reflection refers to the highlight and can be adjusted to make an object look dull or shiny, like this. So for example, see, material, a model, okay, how does a different model look and feel will differ based on the material. Okay, so this is for just for a sphere it has applied. So now later for a real model we will do. So next move to keyframe and animation. Here is where object comes to life, where, you know, as I told you, like puppetry for living things or simulating weight and gravity. There is also particle animation like fire, smoke and firework. A keen sense of how motion acts an object and living thing takes time to skill the master. Means, see, it's a procedure. There is a protocol to follow. You have to follow step by step. Okay. And I trust me guys, animation, you know, especially keyframe animation, it's really fun. It's really beautiful. Okay. When you animate your first object or first character, you feel so happy. You feel so proud about yourself. Okay. Like that kind of solid animation you can do. So we will do this. Okay. So now we'll go to the next level. That is again keyframe only, regarding keyframe. This is in detail. It is there saying, you know, there are you know, IKFK we call it as, those are inverse kinematics or forward kinematics. Basically all these things are there. Kinematics means dynamic animation. So this is what, you know, like as I told you in the beginning, certain words, certain terminology seems new for you. Okay, no worries, you will learn in detail. Okay. So it usually starts with rigging an object, putting the skeleton in, the action of joint influencing each other called inverse kinematics. Simple example. This is one joint. I have one controller here. Assume my wrist is tied up here and there is one thread here. So someone is holding assume my wrist is tied up here and there is one thread here. Okay. This is one joint. This elbow is another joint. Shoulder is another joint. Okay. Here you have a wrist joint, elbow joint and shoulder joint. Three major joint is there where you perform this action, where you perform this action, where you perform this action. These are the three major actions. Means these are joints. You have to feel yourself whenever something is there. Now, as I told you, wrist, one thread is there. Assume when someone is pulling this thread here, it is directly working on this joint, that is wrist. Someone is pulling the thread here. When someone is pulling the thread, see, someone is pulling the thread, my this elbow joint and shoulder joint will move. I'm not moving this joint. I'm not, right? Directly, I'm not moving my shoulder joint or my elbow joint. I'm moving my wrist joint.
Right.
See, I'm moving wrist joint. I'm lifting my wrist joint. I'm this joint and this joint is moving because this is called inverse kinematics. Inverse kinematics. It's not a direct, inverse. You got it? Okay. So in detail, I will explain you all this. Okay. Now, so 3D animation workflow, there is a simple character with some pose, some weird pose this is. So you just don't, give importance. Why the pose is like this, why the body is like, it's just a pose, okay? When you create a 3D model, see, if you see here, in the wrist and all, when you just move the wrist, inverse kinematics, it will take, you cannot take your hand completely to this particular pose. It is highly impossible, but for the model you can do. When you do this kind of poses, this kind of body deformation will happen. The deformation is happening in this, okay? So let's focus on this later. So now this is a famous scene in Avatar, where the Major Jack and, so I forgot her name. So these two, when they are spending their time near the tree. Okay, this is a 3D animation part. Okay, now we'll move. So everything, see, the entire lighting is different. Whole scenario is different. The pose, the gestures, everything is so beautiful in this. Okay, now rendering is nothing but to get a finished project. Okay, complete finished product. How do I get my product? How do I render my scene completely? Or how do I make it so beautiful so that the audience will enjoy this scene? How do I do? So for that, there is a certain key elements, like in which format you have to do, what is the resolution of this, what is the shading, or what is the look and feel of this. So basically this is depends on director's idea, where director is having a vision. That is why, we call, you have to be a visionary when you're creating something. Okay, so your vision will help you out what is the output to get. So that's a process rendering, I'll show you. So for example, see this one. So this is one exterior rendering. How does it look? See, for example, this is again, see, you have a car or Jeep here, vintage car. You see here, someone has placed here. Okay, it's an idea. It's someone's idea who has created this. Similarly, so the King Kong. Man, this is legendary character. How someone has created this? You can definitely create this. And moreover, if you notice in this, the character is having detailed fur. Okay, the character is having hair, and the simulation, as per the wind blows, the hair will move, the fur will move. These are the detailing, minute level of detailing a person can do for a character, for his own character. I'll help you out, like how to do all this. Okay, so this is another example. This is a model. Fine, this is a model. This is a model with the texture. In the software, it looks like this. Once we render, this looks like this. Okay. So this particular model, this is a mocap, motion capture device. So, and this is also a 3D model. You just look into this. This looks like a real model. Guys, this is a 3D model. Someone has created this. See the detailing of the character in this. So this model created using Maya and ZBrush. Okay, Maya and ZBrush. Okay, so if you spend more time, once you have a solid bandwidth of learning, okay, you can definitely create some model like this. Okay, definitely, when we start working on texturing in in third class or fourth class, you are able to create an eye model like this. Okay, you will definitely create a model. Your model only we can create. We will do that. Okay. So the 3D animation workflow, you have something like this. You can create like this. We can definitely do. So this is another option, 2D character, 3D model we can render as 2D. We have a separate option called vector rendering. There is a vector render engine. there are multiple render engine in Maya. Uh, I will discuss that in the future class. It will get confusion. Okay, if I discuss more of technical terminology, it will lead to additional confusion. Let's not do that. Okay, so conclusion is, 3D animation can be expensive to produce. It is time consuming. It takes a lot of various skill set and talent, but can be rewarding and making your vision come to a life in striking ways. So definitely, you can. It will be. So in research, learn all you can and keep learning. There are new trends emerging every day. Okay, and you have to be updated. Okay, so this is all about. Okay, uh, the presentation. Okay. So one thing I majorly understand in this call, that is, there was a lot of network fluctuation. I saw many people joined, call dropped. Okay. And I know you guys are very enthusiastic to learn the content. Okay. And 3D, especially 3D VFX, is very interesting. Trust me, it is very, very interesting. Okay. So I'll be sharing this. Okay, shall I continue? My next question. Shall I show something in the software or shall I stop here?
Software.
Shall I show in
Yeah.
something in software?
You can continue. I
Okay,
say continue.
Yes.
okay. So I have installed, guys, 2013 Maya, and I have 2020 version of Maya also. Okay.
Huh?
2013 of Maya is simple yet powerful, very powerful. Okay. So the interface looks like this. Let me see you guys also in this. Okay, the interface looks like this. You have menu bar. There are many things in menu bar. See, there are a lot of things in menu bar. And here, if you notice, this is a status bar. This is a status bar. First is menu bar, then status bar. In status bar, you see multiple topics, multiple different topics. Like you have polygon, subjects you can call, surface, dynamic, rendering, end dynamic. There are many things. We'll see all that. Okay. So you have shelf. Different shelves are there. See, this is a simple English. Even in Maya is built within a simple English. Shelf. Normally, what is shelf, guys? What is shelf?
Something you put books on.
Something you put the books on. Very good, Lamini. You are very interactive, same as other. You have a bookshelf where you keep only book. You have a cloth shelf where you keep only cloths, like that. You have a general shelf where general items are there. You have polygon shelf where polygon elements are there. Polygon tools are there. Okay, like that. You have animation shelf where you have only animated elements are there. You got it. So where here, in modeling, I'll be choosing modeling. Actually, there are two types of modeling in Maya. One is surface modeling and polygon modeling. Initially, I'll be starting with surface modeling only. Okay. Initially, I'll be starting with surface modeling. So from tomorrow, we will see what is a tool, or not from tomorrow. You have to let me know when you are installing software. Okay. From that time, I'll tell. Okay. So you have to let me know. You have to install Maya 2017 software. Once you install Maya 17 software, and you let me know in WhatsApp, so that just a minute, please. Water. Sorry for that. So you have to let me know when the software has been installed, so that I'll plan my delivery, classes delivery. Okay. So make sure as early as possible you install Maya 2017 version, and I will suggest you to install Maya 2013 version also. Make sure you have two versions of Maya. You guys have to make a note. One is 2013 version Maya you should have compulsory. 2013 make it compulsory you have, and 2017 also you have. Okay. Getting let us
2017 and
yeah 17 and 13. Let me split things like this, like in two ways. Initially I'll start my classes in 13 for high end, for high end delivery. Let's move to 17 later. Okay, will that be fine? At least in the beginning,
yes.
Okay.
in the beginning you have 2013 version of Maya. Okay, for rendering and all we'll keep it in 2017 version. Okay, so let's have 2013 version of Maya. Okay, we are good with this. You are
Yes.
okay? Good. Okay, very good, guys. Install first 2013 version of Maya, then
Mhm.
2017 version of Maya. So next, Adobe CC will be there. We'll work on it. See, I thought of planning. I thought of starting with 3D first. So, how many days required to install Maya?
I guess it depends on if you have the
Uh,
software.
You can get the software. Means I'll speak to them. I'll ask them to download software, or I think they have the software because I have copied software in the server earlier. I remember. So I'll ask. I think who is that guy? Koza. Koza. I think Koza is IT guy, right?
Mhm.
Yes, because
yes.
us sometimes helps with that.
Yeah. Okay. Or else I'll inform. Okay. I'll take care of this. Okay. I'll speak to Bikiwe or Ketive or Ambus also if required. I'll inform them to have a software ready so that for our students let them install software. Okay, that's the first key point. And Adobe CC, if you guys have this software, then only I can take class, or else what I can do, I can keep providing presentations, or else I can keep creating some basics. Because if I am doing some examples, if I'm conducting practical classes, you have to practice on the same day, otherwise you know uh,
Gonna miss out.
no, definitely, like you'll miss out and you will forget. Means every day what we are gonna do, we have, see, for example, if I am conducting 1 hour of class, you need 5 hours to practice. It is like that. The ratio of this 3D online classes is like this. It is 1:5 or 1:4. My 1 hour is equal to your 4 hour or 5 hour. Then only you can learn. Okay,
Oh,
that's how it is.
okay.
Yeah, because guys, especially animation, this 3D, it is something, it's like it's a combination of science and maths. Okay, and it's more creative. i'll give I'll teach you step by step, wherein I'll go very slow only, means if you want, or else if your understanding level is faster, I can go faster. And moreover, how I will understand that, after some 3-4 session, if I see few of the assignments from your end or works of your end, I'll understand, okay, your capability, how you can go, so that I'll moderate, I can modify my level of training. Okay, my level of training depends upon your level of learning, simple as that. Okay, so hope, see, I can explain. See, for example, I'll show you certain things in this. Okay, which I have certain files. I have certain files, Maya files, which I have created. I'll show you a few those files so that you'll understand. It's loading. Okay, this is in wireframe now. 5 is a model, 6 is an output one. I'll turn off. See, as I told you, these are the controllers for a model. You see a character here, where character is performing something. This is body mechanics, which I have created for earlier classes. See, you see there are a lot of joints are there. If I turn off the nerve surface polygon model, you see there are many joints. This is a skeleton of the model. Okay. What I'll do, I'll turn off the skeleton. I'll keep the model now so that you'll understand what the character is doing. See now, he's trying to open the door. The door is locked. Okay. He's exaggerating. Okay. The character is exaggerating. He's trying to open the door. The character is exaggerating. Okay.
Mm.
So till 48 frames we have done earlier, so that you can see. Okay, this is one thing. Like this, there are many things are there. I can show you every day. I can show you certain things. Okay, jump, walk cycle, multiple things. Okay, I can show you many things. Okay, these are the modeling references. I'll turn off curves, I'll turn off joints. Okay, it's a female character. So can you see the character is performing the moves? So these are, specialization in animation. Okay. Anyhow, we will see this. We will learn later. Okay. I would like to show you certain other things. Okay. See, what is this here? Okay, before this, see, I have done several short films. Okay. Few of my short films have won international award. Okay. So my showreel, my link also is in YouTube. If you go to Chiran 3D in YouTube, you can access my earlier works, my show reels and all. Okay. So 3D reels, all these things are there. You can access all that so that you can see what and all things we can do. So anyhow, what I'll do, it's already, 2 minutes. It's around, okay, here it is 2:20. I think there it is 10:50, right? Your time is?
Yeah, 10:50.
Okay. So I think we'll close, as of now. Regarding work files, if I start taking even more session, this leads to additional confusion. Okay. So you need time to understand. Okay. What I suggest is, till now, whatever your best of the best work is there, your work, whatever you guys have done. So can you share me as images so that let me just go through that. So it will help me in what level you are. In WhatsApp, you can share me your images, your work files. Means don't share PSD or work file like that. Just save it as images and share images so that let me see your work. Okay. That's one thing. I'll forward the PPT. Just go through the PPT. Okay, which I have PDF which I have created. Okay. Just go through that. Let me know if you have any doubts in that. Okay. That's one thing.
Wait, sir.
Well,
Sorry, sir, to disturb you. I have a problem, sir. Personally, I don't have my laptop right now, so
do you have desktop, Lamini?
sorry, sir.
Do you have desktop?
Personally, my desktop is under service right now, so I will only have it by Wednesday, which is tomorrow.
No problem, Lamini. Once you have the desktop, you try to install the application which I have suggested in your desktop or laptop. Okay. Once you have the desktop, then only you can share your work. No problem. There's no urgency in that. Whoever is having
Sir?
Yeah.
You said you'd like us to share what we've done.
Yeah, actually there are 2 Lamini. I said to the other Lamini.
Yeah, that's the thing. There's only one Lamini, sir.
Only one. It's just the computer is showing it that way. Otherwise, there's only
computer
one.
is showing me. Okay, who is this? Just a minute.
Bingo.
Bingo. Sorry, yeah. So earlier, which I said that's for Bingo. So Lamini, whatever work you have, you share your work, not only for Lamini, for rest of all the people. Okay, I see the other two guys. Velila is not there, and another person. I'm not able to see them.
Sir, I was asking, does it have to be work we've done on Maya?
Yeah, we need to install Maya.
No, does it
The
have
work
to
that you want
be?
to see,
No,
sir.
Yeah,
Obviously, you haven't done work
it
on
doesn't
Maya.
have to be.
Mm.
No,
Whatever
because I
work
have
earlier.
two.
Lamini, let me complete. Earlier, so you have done work in Photoshop, Illustrator, Sem 1, Sem 2. What I'm referring to
Oh,
is
okay.
in Sem 1, Sem 2, whatever work you have done. So if you feel those are the best work, share me as images. Let me just go through your earlier work. Okay. Earlier work,
Okay.
you just share me, that I'll see. Now, after the software is installed, then I will start the classes for you. Tomorrow I'll have another presentation, same time, okay? So in detail, presentation to modeling or presentation to VFX I'll do, okay? In visual effects, what and all we can do. And tomorrow
Okay.
I'll be showing work files, I'll be showing my works, I'll be showing my show reels so that you can see, okay? So you will have an idea what are the things you are going to learn, okay? It will be even more clear, okay? So
Okay.
are we good now? Any
Yeah,
doubts?
I understand now.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah.
So my request for you all is I want you to install 2013 version of Maya. I want you to install 2017 version of Maya
Sure.
and Adobe CC, either 17 or 18 version. I'm okay either way. Any version. Okay. So you guys let me know when the installation is done. I'll also speak to IT team now or other members, okay, other stakeholders. Let me see.
Okay.
So if possible, you coordinate with them immediately and get the installation done. So when the installation is done from right next day, so we will start practical classes. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, Ndaba, can I find out from you if you have the software, Maya software? Because if you have it, then I could probably come to you and get it from.
Thing is, what I have is 2018. I don't have 2013 or 17.
Okay. So you guys collect either one person or two-person can collect from school. So rest collect from yourself. Someone can come and pick and do the installation. Okay. Or else you have to take your
Okay.
laptop to school, let them install and let them get it done for you. Get it completely ready for the classes. Good. Okay. Okay then, guys. It was it was a wonderful session today. We have a good audience. So I understand, you guys are very enthusiastic and you are eager to learn something new. And definitely, even I am very eager to teach you guys. So hope we can create wonderful artworks. If possible, we will create one short film also at end of the session or end of the sem. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. So nice. So I'll catch up you on tomorrow at 9. So what's the time? Okay.
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 Thanks,
Communicate
sir.
with your friends. Whoever has missed the class. Okay. So let them join. So it will help them also. Okay. Getting?
Okay.
Okay, guys. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. See ya. Bye bye.
Thank you.
Thanks, sir. Same to you.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Oh.